I'm not giving you lip. I asked you nicely.
Did you have your gun on when you went over there?
My gun was holstered the whole time.
Hold on.
You'll see when I pull it.
Hey guys, the video that I have for you today is one that I'm having a hard time classifying for you. One thing I will say is that officers on the street probably spend about 99% of their time just giving people the most basic, simple advice on how to resolve problems. The run that was initiated, which you're going to see here, is something that began over a noise complaint with one neighbor playing his music too loud and the guy across the street having a problem with that. The guy across the street who was offended by the loud music was open carrying a firearm. That in itself is not an issue, but you'll see that the way the confrontation happened, this call actually got called in as a gun run to the police officers. So it was really just a noise complaint, but due to the nature of the confrontation and the firearm being involved, it got escalated. So the officers respond. The body camera that you're going to see is actually going to be longer than what I normally do because there was a long interaction between the officers and the male who was open carrying a firearm, and you'll get to hear the advice that they give the male. I'm also including the 911 call, which will be directly after my introduction, and that call was just under 2 minutes. So if you want to hear the call, it's there. If you don't want to hear the call, you can skip ahead to whatever just shy of 2 minutes is after my introduction. I hope you enjoy the video. Hope you learned something. I'll talk to you soon.
What are you going to do? You ain't going to do shit. You're not going to do fucking shit. Shut the fuck up.
Sir.
Bro, you're threatening me now? You don't realize I'm recording this whole fucking shit. What the fucking more? And you'll fucking sit there and run your goddamn mouth.
I can't hear you, County, but it's fine.
Fucking person.
Sir, can you hear me?
We just did. He said he fucking whooped my ass.
Sir, can you hear me?
No,
hello?
you got a fucking officer over here now because these motherfuckers ain't shutting up. They ain't fucking doing shit. They're always fucking threatening me.
You need to stop screaming so I can help you. Where are you on Hiltonia?
How do you not know us? Seriously, get somebody over here now.
Stop screaming at me. Who are you having a problem with?
A neighbor across the fucking street because he wants to fucking play his music fucking loud and wake everybody up. I don't give a fuck what
Any weapons or physical violence? Any weapons or physical violence?
They're already fucking, dude, I don't care. It might fucking escalate to that point. All right?
Any weapons or physical violence?
I ain't fucking scared. You ain't gonna do shit. I'm gonna be here every fucking day. Do you understand that?
Hello?
I ain't got no fucking gun in my hand. My gun's in my fucking holster, bitch. No, I haven't. I got it all fucking recorded, bitch. I don't have to fight you. You threatened me, I'm pressing charges.
Sir, what is your name?
Who do you want to talk? I'll talk. What is the problem?
He's the problem. I've got it all on fucking tape.
What is his problem that you're having?
He was playing music, woke me up. I got ready to go to work. I asked him politely to turn it down. It's on my recording.
On what? Record on what? On your, is that a camera?
Yeah, body cam.
Okay.
Like I said, if you need to secure, please do.
No, put your hands down, just don't touch it.
All right.
So, what time did this all start?
About 10 minutes ago. Whenever that phone call came in, it had been going on for about 5 minutes.
So,
that's
you got woke up with loud music.
Yeah.
And you went over there politely and asked him to turn it down. And you had that all on body camera?
Yeah. And I've got him threatening me on that camera too.
Can I see that? How do I see that? Has it got its own player on it? So after you went and asked him, what did he say to you?
Well, we'll just play it because I'm
Hi.
Still a journalist. This is a homeowner.
You asked.
Hello.
I don't know if I
Did you hear the music and bothered by it too, or?
Yes, he does play that.
Every day.
I can tell when he comes home because the windows are vibrating in the house.
Is the music on?
I mean, I can get it downloaded onto.
I'm listening. I don't hear. It's tough to hear, but
Yeah, I might have to get another volume. But it'd take what, 5 minutes to get it onto the computer so it can hear it.
Windows in my house. That's good base, but I'm getting ready to go to work.
is there volume on here?
That's the volume's all the way up. Like I said, I can get it on another media.
I'm not giving you lip. I asked you nicely.
Did you have your gun on when you went over there?
My gun was holstered the whole time.
Hold on.
You'll see when I pull it.
No, I wear this for personal protection.
So you walked over there with your gun, just like it is now?
No. Well, yeah, it was holstered.
Just like that, just like it is now?
Yeah.
Why do you keep telling me you don't give a fuck? You're sitting there running your mouth. Whatever. Dude, just shut up and turn it off.
Now I'm not happy.
Really, I couldn't hear what he said to you when you went over
Like
there.
I said, if I need to, I can have him download to
Well, I'm asking you what he said.
I can't remember. I was more focused on whether he was going to fucking do something, come up off that porch, because he's already threatened people in his yard with other people coming to his house. So
Well, if you already knew that, why would you even go over there then?
I walked over and did. Really simple. This is my neighborhood. I have a right to sleep.
Yeah.
I have the right to go, hey, can you please turn it down?
Yeah, but you just said you're getting ready to go to work, so you're leaving. So what's that? So is it bothersome then?
It's been happening every day.
Okay.
Like,
Have you called us about any other times?
no, this is the first time.
Is this the first time you went and talked to him about it too?
Yeah.
you-
There's been disturbances over there, and I've come to their defense over there.
Let me ask you this. You had other problems with them
No,
before
this
today?
is the first major problem, and it's
Okay.
probably going to be the first in many to come with the way he's behaving.
Okay. Let me ask you this, not for nothing. Why did you have your gun on you when you walked across the street?
I carry this for self-protection. Notice I open carry. I haven't got my CCW.
Okay. So you carry it all the time, everywhere you go?
Everywhere I do.
Okay.
So.
He has carried it in response.
There's a point where he starts
fire
walking
in the
onto my
neighborhood.
property. When that happens, that's when I draw my firearm, and I basically.
So is that on here?
Yes, it is.
I paused it, so I'm going to go ahead and...
If need be, I can get it on a
Oh.
medium, and I can get it into a recorded format.
Okay, I don't know what it did.
Safe.
Okay, I think I restarted it.
Oh yeah. But
Okay. Go back to where as I'm going through other videos. Go
what
back-
are you looking for?
I was going, apparently I don't know what I did. I hit pause for a second so I could listen to you, and I hit it to play again. It jumped to a different video. Well,
Do what? Yeah, eventually.
so,
What brand do you wear?
watch guard.
Watch guard?
That should be it right there.
All right, I'll look at it again.
If you need it.
Okay.
How long you lived here? Well, how long have I been here? 2 years. 2 years? Yeah. Well, no, I've been here longer than that. Good God.
Were they agreeing that the music was up a little bit? Did they agree the music was up a little bit?
About 2 months after we got the truck.
From his car.
Okay.
It might be 3 years.
He said he didn't like the way that he approached him about the music.
When I was sleeping, that chick in all the windows in my house. That's good base,
People that play
but
music like
I'm
that
getting ready to go to
never
work.
like being approached about it. Because they don't care about their neighbors. Otherwise, they wouldn't play their music like that. The whole point of that music
I'm not giving you lip. I asked you nicely.
is not for personal
I
enjoyment.
know you don't give a fuck.
says he enjoys music.
No, I wear this for personal protection. I'm not threatening you.
Did you ever go across the street?
I think I get as far as maybe the back of that white car.
So far here, you were staying on your sidewalk on this side. You weren't even across
I
the
don't
street.
think I crossed that street. I might step just behind that white car.
Well, so far you haven't.
Dude, just shut up and turn it off.
I asked him nicely, and he was, I don't give a fuck.
Polite, I asked nicely. Go ahead.
I've got 30 years of security on my belt, so it's another
Fuck all
reason
rules man down because people can't fucking act like adults. You're the one running your fucking mouth. Now remember, you live across
So you're calling 911 out. Did you pull your gun out at any time?
Eventually, yeah, you'll see him walk across the street. And I tell him, don't come in the yard. And then eventually I'm like, you step in the yard, something to that effect, which I'm letting him know what consequences are. And I'm up on my porch at that point. And what I'm worried about is I don't want this documented. I want charges pressed for when he, because I actually have it, he actually threatens me. And as soon as I get a clip of that and she goes, I've got somebody for you. She threatens me. I'm pressing charges. That way this is at least been documented. Because it will. He first made the threats and then she made the threats. And then later she clears it up and says that she meant me. And I'm like, okay, that's backtracking at that point.
Well, you understand, screaming back and forth across the street isn't. I know see, you're both. Neither of you can shut up. You both run your mouth. You're responding to what he's saying, but if you just let it go, that's just one person running their mouth. Let him talk shit, right? Is that bothering you?
When he starts threatening me, and when I notice it's going to be a future problem down the road, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a further problem.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I can't hear what he's saying as far as any threats going on. What I'm hearing is you saying you're responding every time he yells at you, you scream back at him. If you stop screaming,
there's nothing that says I am supposed to do.
Right, but you're talking here about being adults. So being an adult is if he's going to be ignorant about it, let him be ignorant about it. It takes two people to have an argument, right? You take one of those people out of the way, there's not an argument. It's one idiot yelling, right? That's the God's honest truth. It's one person yelling. If it takes two to have an argument.
So I got to sit here and always pipe down when somebody gets.
Didn't say that. Didn't say that always. But this is a very minor incident going on, and we're going to keep egging it on by running their mouth. If he's saying things to you, then by all means, we'll document that. But you went over nicely and you asked him to turn it down.
And yes, I'm angry. I'm angry because this shouldn't go
but
this way.
you've now taken yourself back out to the street. I mean, it takes two to tango, right? I'm not saying it's right to have the music blaring, but it's also middle of the day. There's a certain.
We're going to file paperwork at this point because
I'm watching your video to see what happened.
Okay.
And right now, he said he didn't want anything done. What do you want done then?
I want to file threatening. If I have to, I'll go look up the Ohio Revised Code and I'll find exactly. I mean, the worst case here is I get hit with a disorderly conduct charge, but I'm not the one that started this, so I don't understand why that would happen.
It's not always who starts it. If both are making menacing threats, it doesn't matter who started it first. Both would be.
Well, I understand that, and I can see that's what the way this is probably going to go.
If you said that you're making threats to him, he could go to the judge as well and say that you threatened him.
Well, I have evidence that says I did not.
Through this, I've not heard you yet say anything like that, but I can't hear what he's saying either. I said,
that's because you're listening on that.
Correct.
When I report it down and I can, deal with the volume.
He's telling you what he's going to say when he goes.
I know, but I have evidence, and I will deal with it in court. See, that's where he's coming over and threatening.
Okay. You pulling a gun?
No, he comes across at me. He's charging me, and I will state that in court.
Well, your video's not proving
He's on his
that.
property. So who's at fault? Am I at fault for starting this, or is he at fault? Because like I said, I want to file charges. I'll deal with it in court.
That you challenged him, correct?
Huh?
That you came out and challenged him. What could you have done? What could a judge say to him? You could have walked inside your house and called the police. Correct? Once you started escalating, once you asked him and he refused, couldn't you just
Am I at fault?
What's that?
Am I at
I'm
fault?
asking you what's a logical thing you could do.
I could have done that. Do you always think literally in the heat?
Could the court decide more than one direction?
Always
Could the judge not say that a
You're right. The judge can do that. I'll deal with that in the court of law. All I want to do is get the paperwork at this point, and I will take care of it in court.
I'll take a report for you today.
Do you have your ID? That's your cat? Yeah, it's a pretty cat. Yeah.
They came with like 3 of them.
Now she tries to de-escalate finally.
You told me you got something for my ass.
Because she realizes when you live yourself.
And I come to your defense when somebody's fucking giving you shit over there. I protect this neighborhood. Because this is my neighborhood, just like it's your fucking neighborhood. But when I fucking politely say you woke my ass up with your fucking music playing for an hour straight.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, he is. Every fucking day.
First of several things that are going to start doing because they're going to escalate down the road. They're going to wait until everybody's gone. And you're sitting here telling me how long. I know how this is going to play out. Starting up security.
I live here, you live here. At some point, this is going to go dumb and stupid. And I'm okay with fucking your bullshit because I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I'm fucking living at this point. And I can tell you that not everybody...
But again...
Even with all your training, you still have bad decisions that happen in situations. It happens. It happens.
I also know that if someone's going to keep running their mouth at me and I have no further reason to talk to them, I just let it go.
I can't go anywhere. I live here.
You can go in your house for a few minutes till they stop running their mouth.
And what are you guys going to do?
About what?
You're going to come, you're going to take a report and go back. And then when it goes completely sideways, I'm the one facing crap in court.
Right, but you guys are still back for each other. We're just letting it keep getting up, going up. If someone stops that process by walking away for a minute...
You're the one that keeps telling me I can walk away.
Yeah.
Why couldn't he have walked away? He's the one that started it.
Well, one, I'm talking to you right now.
Yeah, I get that.
And you're the one who called us.
Yeah.
So I'm giving you your options for how you can de-escalate this. Especially since you're going to open carry a gun, that's going to bring it up another level. Yeah?
No, I'm allowed to. I got a second.
Correct.
That,
I'm not saying you're not. I'm saying it takes it to another level because people say, it's a gun. They made this a gun run for us because of, it's a loud music complaint, but he made it a gun run because he told me he had a gun on. People get worried about that. I'm not overly worried about it right now as long as you're not doing anything stupid with it.
Exactly.
But if someone else is going to look at it and think, because you're going to keep running your mouth at them, saying that you're prepared, you're ready for this.
He's the one coming across the street.
Well, they've yet to come across the street in this video. They came to the street. They didn't come into your yard and all that kind of stuff.
But he comes off.
But you also have responsibility while you're carrying a gun. You have a responsibility.
And I did. I fucking backed up to my yard.
Right.
And he's coming towards my yard. What are you going to do? If somebody's fucking running and threatening you, coming up on you, what are you going to do? What is your procedure? Because I can tell you,
if they're in a public place, I can't do anything about it. Other than call and get a report, file a charge. I've yet to, the video clicked off. It just clicked off. So I don't even know what happened there. Nowhere in that video did I see him come up into your property.
You're right, but
so
I'm on my property.
It's a different matter if he's come charging you. But I've never seen that happen. You're making that allegation. I didn't see that. So what I'm saying,
okay,
when you
charging means to move forward.
I'm sorry, what?
In a court of law, charging means you are moving forward. You are moving forward. It does not mean it's fast. It does not mean it's slow.
Not exactly.
Moving forward.
Not exactly.
I'll deal with that in a court of law.
What I'm saying is, if you're going to carry a gun, and I fully support your Second Amendment right to carry a gun, you have a responsibility to not be antagonistic with someone either. Even if they start it, it is your responsibility to try to let cooler heads prevail and try to remove yourself from a situation where you don't need to resort to that gun.
So how long would you guys take to get here? Because I've been listening to the scanners and know which calls you've been taking and which ones you haven't because of the shit that's been going downtown. I know because at my work, we couldn't get any officers out there, and they said, well, if it goes sideways, you can call 911. So I'm like...
So what is your question?
No, I've been seeing what you guys call and come to. All right, the only reason that you came and you said it right here, is because it became a gun run.
It's not the only reason we came. We came that fast, yes.
He's the one fucking worried about it. He's the one fucking threatening. I'm not threatening. I'm just asking him to shut up. I'm asking him to turn his music down. That's what I'm asking.
I'm asking you to be an adult. And if he's going to keep running his mouth, then you call us and we'll try to handle it.
There you go. There's the operative word, try.
Yeah.
I've got to deal with it as it's happening.
Right. There's certain rules and laws that we have to take in effect.
There's no law that says I have to accept that.
Accept what?
Accept his behavior.
Him yelling at you?
I'm allowed to tell him to shut up.
Sure.
And I did.
And he's allowed to tell you to shut up.
All right.
Until it disturbs the peace of everybody else and they start complaining about it, then we have to step in.
Here's the thing.
Here's what I'm asking you. What's it worth to you to make this into a big thing over some music? You said you're going to go to work, so it's obviously not going to bother you if you're not even going to be here.
What is the next thing going to be? I don't know. You don't know.
No.
I have to deal with it as it plays out. And
You're
when
right.
somebody threatens me, I now have to worry about the safety of this house from this point forward.
What were the threats that were made?
He said he'd whoop my ass is the exact words that come out. And I'll have it on that tape. I will even clip it and make it a separate recording.
That's fine. You can take it with you down to the prosecutor's office.
I have it on evidence.
William, what's the phone number for you? There you go. I'll get your report number. Give me a second.
I'm done. I'm fucking sick of it. I should not have to live like this every fucking day. And I'm the one told to just back off, let's stop that way. I've seen how that turns out. I lived on shit here.
There's your report number.
Thank you.
Information on the backside of the prosecutor's office. You can go there and file your menacing
As
threat.
soon as I get the evidence, I'll go down there.
So we're gonna take a menacing report. He's claiming you said some stuff too.
That's fine. I have it all on tape.
Yeah. What I saw was not anything criminal. What I'm trying to implore to you is, if you're going to carry a gun and you're going to be out here on the street, you're not protecting yourself if you're out here. If you're up here inside your house,
it's not my job. It's like when I got fucking shots pop off in my neighborhood.
I saw nothing in that video for you to need to pull your gun out.
When you're coming towards me, I'm I'm allowed to, by my laws, and trust me, I know my force continuum. I know what training is. I went through APATA. All right? Okay. I'm allowed to at least ready. My firearm is pointed in a safe direction. I never once pointed it at him.
There's a difference between being on a job and having no place to go. If you're here and he's across the street walking this way, it is your duty to pull yourself back out of the situation.
And you'll see it in the video. Me come all the way up onto this porch. I'm standing.
Then why was your gun out over here?
I came over there. I was over there because I asked him to turn it down.
I heard that part of it. Yeah.
That's at some point I come all the way back over here. I never go back. I never go back to that street.
Where were you at when you unholstered your gun?
I was standing right here.
Right there. Okay, I thought you said it happened. I can't see it on the video.
You'll see. The court will see it.
Well, I couldn't see it on that video.
And that's the point that I'm saying. I get it. You don't know everything.
You're right.
And it's stressful. But I'm watching my entire country burn to the fucking ground.
It's about the entire country.
Because people aren't fucking out. Oh, yes, it is. It's eventually...
This is a noise complaint. Let's not make this bigger than what it is. This is a noise complaint at 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
No, he's been watching YouTube.
Okay, so I agree. You never went over there and weren't disrespectful. You didn't give them a bunch of shit. But when they run their mouth back at you, at a certain point there, let it go. Let them be ignorant. You already got us coming, right? So we'll deal with it. Okay, that is our job, to deal with that nonsense.
Okay. I understand that. I will deal with this in court.
Again, like I said earlier, hold on a second. If you're going to carry a gun, open carry, again, which I fully support doing that, you have a duty to remove yourself from the situation before you need to do that. So if it means you have a reason to get somewhere else, you do that first before you... He wasn't charging you, sprinting at you. You weren't down the street where you have nowhere down there.
But he's coming up onto my property.
It doesn't even matter either.
He hasn't reached my property yet, but what's the rule about 21 feet and a knife?
Okay, that's actually not the right rule.
It's not true, but...
So you want to try to throw that stuff up here? Okay,
no,
here's the thing. Can I pull my gun if he's walking across the street to me aggressively? No, I cannot. That is not a deadly force situation. So be very careful how you use your gun. If you're going to pull it out, you better be facing a deadly threat. That's not someone walking across the street.
I don't know what he has. Does he weigh more than me?
That does not matter at this point.
Is there more people behind him? Yep.
Now you're throwing other stuff in this equation that doesn't matter.
You could say it's questionable, but in a court of law, I can throw every extension. I did not point my firearm at him. At no point does my firearm go. I did ready my firearm.
You're allowed
I'm on my property.
And you're allowed to carry a gun. But what I'm saying, if he's keeping a comment,
where do I go?
All right, we're going around in circles here.
Yeah, I agree.
You say you know what your rules are. Hopefully, it doesn't come to that fact where we have to test that. But I'm telling you, it is in your best interest.
Well,
it is part of the Castle Doctrine to make yourself. You can protect your home.
I'd rather be trialed by 12 than carried by 6. All right.
Well, if you display your firearm and use it out here in the street.
I make one mistake out here. I don't have you sitting beside me 24/7. I have to make a decision on the fly. Did I threaten him with my firearm? No. Did I threaten him with my words? No. Did he? Yes.
And we're going to take your report for that, and you can file that charge. But again, back to the whole. And this is. It takes two people to have an argument, and to keep going back at him. If you know how he's going to be, let it be. Be an adult. Let it roll off your back. Because what's you running back your mouth back at him doing? What's that doing? it's just going to keep escalating, Everybody's going to keep yelling louder and yelling louder until there's more threats, until maybe it comes over here. Okay? So be a responsible person, be an adult, especially if you're going to carry a firearm, to where you're not acting. You should be the calmer, reasonable head. If you can't do that, then you shouldn't be carrying that. I don't care what the situation is. If you cannot be the calmer, reasonable person in a situation, you should not be carrying that. End of story.